And I think it's a splash of optimism, maybe a bit more than a splash. I don't think Iran will be joining the Abraham Accords anytime soon, not before they change government. They have an oppressive, quite a harsh government that seeks nuclear weapons. But the plan itself is a real step forward and a so badly needed optimistic looking ahead roadmap. And I really hope that all sides, meaning in this case mostly Hamas, will adopt it and move forward as it unfolds.
As you also just heard, President Trump says everybody is on board with this 20-point plan. From your vantage point, does that claim actually hold up?
It's more than that. It's more than everybody. What Trump has managed to do is actually get on board the only side that actually has leverage on or has a lot of leverage. No, Israel has also a lot of leverage, but a lot of leverage on Hamas, which is the Arab and Muslim side. So in a meeting at the outskirts or the edges of the UN meeting over the weekend, he met with the leaders of several Arab and Muslim states, including Turkey, Indonesia, Jordan, Egypt, etc. And he got them to adopt the plan. And that is crucial because Hamas, without allies, especially his biggest ally, Qatar, has nowhere to look to reject or to continue to avoid taking responsibility for the outcome of the October 7, 2023 massacre of Israeli citizens, kids, babies, and the kidnapping of 250 Israelis into Gaza. So without Qatar, with Qatar actually endorsing this plan, all the Arab and Muslim states that met with Trump endorsed this plan. It's a major change. It's a real leverage on Hamas to finally lay down their arms. Hamas is encircled in the Gaza city. The death toll is just beyond belief. It's unbearable, but they don't seem to care about the lives of Palestinians. And inside the Gaza Strip, there is internal social anger. There's anger against Hamas, divisions, individual clans actually rise up against Hamas, taking arms. So Hamas is very much in a corner, and may be forced to accept the deal, which from their perspective is actually a defeat.
Just on your point regarding Qatar, I would push back on the suggestion that Qatar is aligned with Hamas. Qatar acts as a mediator and facilitator of those conversations. And at the same time, Israel also recently struck that mediation effort inside Doha as well, which has, of course, been a major concern for Gulf Arab leaders and Muslim nations alike. Nevertheless, though, this plan also hinges on Hamas releasing hostages within 72 hours. Based on how both sides have acted in the past, I'm talking about Hamas and I'm talking about Israel here as well. How realistic is that demand?
There is a major change from last time. And that major change is, first of all, that the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has made the decision that he actually wants to end the war. This is convenient from his point of view. In the lead up for the elections next year, there's an elections. Israel is democracy, the only one in the Middle East. There's elections next year. The date is still to be discussed. So he made a decision. He wants to go to these elections with the war behind him and the major achievement. Israeli society is craving the release of the remaining hostages to start the healing process. This is a major change, and unlike last time, where the ceasefire collapsed for all sorts of reasons, the Palestinian and Israeli reasons. This is a change. The other change is that Qatar has now much more of an interest to use the leverage it has on Hamas. I remind you, Qatar funded Hamas in billions of dollars, has a channel called Al Jazeera that is actually a mouthpiece for the Muslim Brotherhood, and they can do a lot to force Hamas and to make clear to Hamas that they don't have their backing anymore. And that leaves Hamas standing by itself after Iran. He lost Iran, they lost Hezbollah, they lost everybody that can help them. And it's time to end the suffering. It's time to end the war. It's time to bring the hostages home, and it's time to give the Gazans a real future. And that plan is, if it's taken seriously, if it moves ahead as it's presented, will start to give that horizon for the badly needed in the region.
Just on another point there, to defend my colleagues at Al Jazeera, of course, it says it is not a mouthpiece for the Muslim Brotherhood. It acts independently, and at the same time, if Israel actually allowed journalists inside Gaza, then there would be more independent and credible reporting available. But on another point, just with regards to what could happen next here, Ran, if Hamas actually rejects this plan and the fighting resumes with US backing, you heard there President Donald Trump effectively giving Israel a green light to continue its campaign if there is no ceasefire agreed on both sides. Then what's the escalation risk that we're looking at now?
It's a major escalation risk, and that's a good point that you make. Because the Israeli army is deeply deployed into the Gaza city and near the what we call the central refugee camps of the Gaza Strip. The last strongholds of Hamas in tunnels. They're preparing for sort of another battle. It's not that Hamas is a major force anymore. Most of its forces have been dismantled or killed or arrested, but it's still a terror organization with genocidal vision, as we saw on October 7th, and it still needs to be handled. And that plan that Trump has presented, it offers a future without Hamas to the Gaza Strip. And I have to note also the Palestinian Authority, that body that's created after the Oslo Accords, is also looking with quite a hope that Hamas is dismantled. It's their biggest enemy. And Israel, in a sense, went in and removed a dangerous opponent for peace by tackling Hamas, by removing Hamas. The Palestinian Authority hopes for that future without Hamas, and hopefully they will reform themselves enough, get rid of the corruption, get rid of the support for terrorists, and take over Gaza and, as I said, offer a better future for the people in the region.